Good morning, friends. Very good morning in the early morning of this day. I know the weather is too cool and most of us are under the weather. Before exploring the topic which I am going to take, that is from Advocate on Court Examination, and I will choose one of the leading cases of that, and I request and hope you all will be well. But still, due to seeing the weather conditions, I pray to God those who are under weather, we recover very soon. And now I will request you all to grab a cup of coffee or tea and be settled so that I may dive into very important case law, which is reference. We all know the President can refer any matter of public importance under Article 143 of the Constitution of India so that the public is not suffer any doubt or can be cleared from the Honorable Supreme Court of India. So I am talking about special reference number 1 of 2012 under Article 143 of the Constitution of India. As I already told, it is advisory opinion delivered by the Honorable Supreme Court. It was sought by the President of India under Article 143, which allows the President to refer questions of public importance of or legal ambiguity to the Supreme Court for its opinion. Now the question you might be thinking, why the need of this reference, special reference 1 of 2012 was desired by our Honorable President of India. The background is earlier there was a case law before the court that is titled Center for Public Interest Litigation versus Union of India, also popularly known as 2G Spectrum case. In this judgment, the controversy surrounding the auction of natural resources, particularly spectrum, was the issue. So this judgment put in many gray areas, and the Honorable President had to refer the matter again under advisory opinion under Article 143 before the Supreme Court of India. We know in the 2G case, the Honorable Supreme Court has quashed 122 telegram licenses granted on first come, first service FCFS basis and held that public resources should be allocated transparently and fairly. And further, it is suggested how it can be done. That can be done only by auction as a preferred method. So the government sought clarification on broader principles for allocating natural resources and posted questions about whether auction was the only permissible method. So this was the reference to clarify its earlier judgment in which the method of allocation was through auction. So it sought clarification whether the auction is the only source to allocate. So the key question which were referred under this reference of special reference number 1 of 2012 were, first one was the is auction the only permissible method for the allocation of natural resources under Article 14, that is right to equality of the Constitution. Does the second was the question was, does the court's 2G judgment make auction mandatory for all natural resources. So the Supreme Court, under reply to above reference, gave the views, the observation. It said no mandatory auction. The court held that auction is not the only permissible method for the allocation of natural resources. The method of allocation depends on the nature of a resource and the objective sought to be achieved, such as public welfare, economic growth, and equitable distribution. Other methods like competitive bidding, direct negotiation, or FCFS, first come, first service, may also be valid if they meet constitutional principles of fairness, transparency, and non arbitrariness. Second was the policy domain of the executive. The court emphasized that the method of allocation is primarily a matter of policy for the executive, subject to judicial review only if it violated fundamental rights or constitutional principles. Courts should not impose a one size fits for all approach for resource allocation. Then scope of Article 14.2 was clarified. While Article 14 ensures equality and non-arbitrariness in government actions, it does not mandate any specific method for allocation. The government has discretion to choose the method that best serves public interest, provided it is transparent and fair. Then it itself told its judicial limits. The court clarified that 2G judgment was specific to the facts and circumstances of that case and should not be interpreted as requiring auctions for all resources. So it clarified its judgment. So after the reference was made and the court gave its observation on that what is the status now. Now there is balance between judiciary and executive. The opinion reaffirmed the separation of power, highlighting the judiciary limits role in economic policy matters. It upheld that executive discretion in deciding on allocation methods subject to constitutional safeguards. It further clarified post 2G judgment. The decision provided much needed clarity following the 2G cases, which had created uncertainty about the validity of non auction methods in resource allocation. Now, guidelines for future allocation. The advisory opinions set broad guidelines for resource allocation, emphasizing fairness, transparency, and public interest while recognizing the diversity of natural resources and their uses. So, nutshell, I'm concluding by this uh, conclusion of reference. The Honorable Supreme Court's advisory opinion in Special Reference Case number 1 of 2012 underscored that auction is not a constitutional mandate for all resource allocations. Instead, the government has the flexibility to choose methods that align with public interest and constitutional principles, subject to judicial review in cases of manifest arbitrariness or violation of fundamental rights. So, friends, this was all about the reference. I feel you might be enjoying the videos. That's why I wake up early in the morning to serve you better. As in the early morning, there is calm atmosphere without any disturbance. Now it is 3 o'clock when I am making this video to my only motive to serve you better. So enjoy this video, enrich with you with your knowledge, and you will came to know that how the law is being developed, how the our honorable Supreme Court is contributing in the positive sense, keeping in view the separation of power. So that is all what I want to say. God bless you all. Have a nice day. Have a very, very good morning.